Hello everyone and welcome to Net Crypto, where you get important information and news about all coins and tokens of interest. And today we're taking a look at green Bitcoin. So this scam token is actually launched. So now we are tracking what is going on, right? So the first thing that we do see, of course, let's talk about the price. We see there that we're currently sitting at $1.62, and we remember the final price of the pre-sale was $1.50. So it's just above the pre-sale price. This is something that we have observed again and again across multiple other schemes that we launched, I believe, by the same team, right? This is just purely my opinion. For example, BTC20 was also one of the tokens they launched at $1 each. Currently, it's at 11 cents, which represents a 90% price drop. And what they did with BTC20 is what they are doing with the rest of the other coins. Soon after launch, the price starts going up. How do they do that? Because there are certain wallets that keep buying. When the price goes down, as people are claiming and selling, they keep buying. Because remember, the scam is in the staking, right? They know that there are people who have staked, and those people who have staked, this is very important, right? This is very important. The people who have staked, normally with the previous scams, after 7 days, they'll be able to unstake. So in the case of green Bitcoin, if it is just the 7-day period, it means by Sunday, everyone will be able to unstake, right, and claim their tokens, and they will be able to actually sell on Uniswap or send them to an exchange. They've been listed on MEX, right? We're going to be talking about that as well in this video. But now what the scammers have done, or the scam lords, is they're starting to trick investors such that after the 7th day, right, you're not able to claim, and then you ask, why am I not able to claim? Then they start to pretend to play dumb, like, you must have chosen a longer staking period. You must have staked for 90 days or 60 days or 30 days, right? That's what they start to do. So now you are facing a situation where you might have to check again after 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. Well, that's where the scam is. So a lot of people who are able to actually claim will be saying, this project is legit. I was able to make a profit. And in this project, I even saw someone commenting that they made a profit of like 5x. Like, from which world, right? Because this token, the lowest price was like 43 cents or something like that, right? And the highest price was $1.50. So there is no 4x that has happened in this project, right? Maybe a 2x, or maybe you can argue a 2x or 3x max, right? Nothing more than that. That is if you have bought in the first stage and you are able to actually claim. And what I have seen, especially now with the sex listings, they've changed their strategy, because before it was just Uniswap and there's nothing else, right? So now what they've done is, if you go and check these transactions, right, let's remove the shrimp, remove the fish and the dolphins. We are seeing some crazy transactions here. Like, for example, taking to note this transaction here, right? So this transaction, $143,000 bought, right? This is by a bot, this bot, and this bot is quite famous now. I'm seeing it everywhere, right? So this transaction, 143,272 is by the bot AE13. You see that bot, and immediately it sold for a loss of almost $50,000, and it sold at 96,209. But it brought the price what? Up, right? It brought the price up. So that's what they are doing. They are using these bots, and it's actually quite interesting, like, who really owns this bot? Because this bot, you see it on multiple tokens doing things such as this. You know, like, the purpose of having a bot, a front-running bot, is to actually front-run transactions. Speed is of the essence. Front-run transactions and make money, right? But this bot is actually, it seems like its purpose is to stabilize the price, right? Or to bring it up, like right now. So there are some wallets. Now you need to start to look at wallets, right? Start to look. There will be some wallets that will only be buying, never selling. And they might use a combination of wallets as well. And those wallets, whenever the price go down, they come up and buy. So let's remove front-running bots, and let's see if there are any recurring wallets here. So we do see ED65, that's fine, right? B2D2, right? It bought 16,000 here. right? That's B2D2. That's a wallet of interest, right? That we need to keep checking, see what is happening with the B2D2. But now that we've mentioned it, and it did another buy here. Do you see that? This one, it doesn't sell. So B2D2 is an interesting wallet. B2D2, another buy of 16,000. It did another buy, B2D2 here of 16,000. So when it bought, the price was sort of like dropping, and then it came, bought again. It's now $1.30. It also bought here $1.20. Right. So these are important things that you need to check. You need to start to check these wallets, get acquainted, because the scam lords are bringing this price up, hyping it up to pretend as if there's nothing wrong, right? And guess what? For all those who say there's nothing wrong, I was able to make a profit in this project. Just spare a thought for the multitudes who actually invested the biggest amounts, because that's how the scam is working. The investors who invested the biggest amounts are the ones that are actually not able to sell. Some of them are even being forced to stake, right? Even if you haven't staked, you've bought over and above 20 or 30 or 40,000. You're not able to sell. You don't see a lot of those transactions here, right? But what do? They allow the shrimp, which is 1,000 and below. They allow the fish, right, which is between 1,000 and 3,000. And they also allow the dolphins, or some of the dolphins at least, between 3 and 10,000. And even some of the whales are allowed by 10,000. But once you start to see people who've invested like 25,000, right, especially in the first stage, they will not be allowed to actually sell. Why? Because they want to maintain this price, right? This price is being maintained, right, because of the people who invested the biggest amount. So you can let me know if you have invested, in which stage you invested, at what price point did you invest, right? And if you are able to actually claim, especially if you invested 50,000 and above, because remember, they collected almost 10 million in this project. And so far, we see liquidity is at around a million, right? Volume traded is 1.2, but this volume doesn't really mean much, because we can see the bots, they increase the volume by buying and selling multiple times, right? That's one thing that we also do see. So all these aspects that we are following up, and also, of course, very important, coin market cap. We've got coin market cap now, right, which is a good thing, because for these scams, for the past few like months, they stopped using coin market cap, right? If you remember, for those who were around 2021, 2022, coin market cap was the go-to place for scammers, right? They would launch their token there first, because investors used to look for tokens on coin market cap, tokens they want to buy. But when investors started wising up and started to see that these tokens on coin market cap that are just being listed as scams, they stopped at all listing on coin market cap, and they started now paying crypto news websites sponsored posts, and that method became effective, right? So they pay sponsored posts like on BTC News, Crypto Potato, Cointelegraph, all sorts of crypto news websites. That's where they put posts of tokens like green Bitcoin, and then they also pay a multitude of YouTubers saying this is the next 100x project, this is the next 100x project, right? So now they're circling back to coin market cap, because there's now a batch of new investors coming in, right? And coin market cap is now being shielded as something that is positive, that sort of gives you that comfort that this project is legit, right? But anyway, we are going to be following it through, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? And that is why I say, guys, when you invest in a pre-sale like green Bitcoin, and you're not logging each and everything that is happening, right? It's like playing cards with your eyes closed. It's like driving a car in traffic with your eyes closed, blindfolded. You need to log each and every pre-sale that you buy into, because that's the only way you're going to start developing a big brain in crypto pre-sales, and you're going to know when to run and when to make your money, right? And you can easily do this by just picking up a notebook, for $1, $2, right? Or just fire up an Excel sheet on your computer and put some columns and start logging on there. But I do recommend you grab yourself from Amazon the Big Brain Crypto Ego Logbook, right? It's designed to track pre-sales, and you can track up to 70 pre-sales. And it's a hardcover book, which means durable. And for each and every token or pre-sale, there are 2 pages that you use to actually track, right? The first page, just has got the pertinent information about the pre-sale, and also my favorite is the scam or legit evaluation. This is where you start to ask yourself questions. Is the team doxed, right? Is the LinkedIn verified? If they are doxed, and if they are doxed, they don't have LinkedIn, why? Are there any AMAs that they have done, right? Is there any risk for trademark infringement with the name they are using for their token? The contract functions, what do they have? Do they have minting functions in these contracts, right? And you can also write some notes on here and launch price tracking. This is very important, especially for green Bitcoin, because it has launched right now. We can start to track the price because you can see the price is going up, right? And we also see that B2D2 wallet, right? Let's just check that wallet again. That is just pumping the price up. B2D2. This B2D2 is a wallet of interest, right? Those are some of the information that you can actually include in your logbook, right? And then you put the date, you see how the price movement is going, right? What are people complaining about on the Telegram group, right? Are there people, especially after the 7 days, who are complaining about claiming their tokens, who are complaining about not being able to unstake their tokens, right? And also, if you do decide to buy, you can write your emotions. What were your emotions? Very important, right? And also the notes. And the second page is got ego notes. This is where you can write a plethora of information that you're just seeing on the Telegram group, on what other YouTubers are talking about, those who are saying it's a scam, those who are saying it's not, even some of the comment section experienced by other investors, right? And also the adoption tracking, very important, right? For example, with Green Bitcoin, you see there are 25,000 followers, right? So this is an important metric. This number, you need to keep tracking it. You need to track also how many people are invested, right, directly into the contract, right? So as sex exchanges starts coming up, that's also one of the things that also that will be very important to see what are the volumes those exchanges are doing. It can also signify the growth of the project. Is it really going to grow? Is it going to take off, right? Because the goal for the scammers or the scam lords is, especially if they're talking about sex exchanges and all that, is for it to explode, right? Just because it's a scam and they are holding a lot of people into staking and all that, it doesn't make it legit. Because if they do manage to go into tier one exchanges and then it pumps, the price pumps, that's when now those investors who bought in the pre-sale, the bigger amounts will be allowed now to sell because there's new money coming in. It's just basic Ponzinomics, right? So this is my update for this one. Let me know, what do you think, right? So if you want to grab yourself the Big Brain Crypto Ego Logbook, there's an affiliate link down below, right? It's something that I would really recommend that you do. Even if you don't get the book, at least start logging. You cannot buy into a pre-sale without logging all the information that is happening. By the time that you log your 5th or your 6th pre-sale, right, you are going to be distinguishing yourself into the 1%, right? Because everybody else just buys blindly, but you will be distinguishing yourself. That's why it is important for you to have a logbook, and especially if it is a durable one, you can look at it after 6 months, after 8 months, right? And you can meditate. There is just something about writing something from pen to paper that helps you to think with a cup of coffee, right? It helps you to think, and you can see things that other people don't see, right? So this is my update for this one. We're going to continue to track what is happening with Green Bitcoin, and we're going to be developing a big brain into these scams that are happening so that we can see exactly what is going on, so that we are never caught off guard. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.